When I look at this lion, I think he looks like he's meditating and thinking happy thoughts. But honestly, the background is a little plain. So to complete this build, let's add a flowing abstract background to help reinforce his positive energy. Let's start down in the timeline by looking at how the project's built. Layer 1 contains the lion, and the background layer is separate. Let's go ahead and select the green background layer, and then go up under the Layer menu and choose New, Solid. Make sure to click Make Comp Size, and then I use the eyedropper to sample the green background, but it really doesn't matter what color you choose. Go ahead and click OK, and since we had the green background layer selected, the solid was placed right above our selection, exactly where we want it. Now to generate some graphics. With Layer 2 selected, we can go up under the Effect menu, go down to Generate, and choose Cell Pattern. Go to the top of the Effect panel and click on the drop-down to the right next to Cell Pattern. These options will give you different styles of graphics you can create. Feel free to browse through a couple of the different patterns, but once you're finished, choose Bubbles and enable Invert. Then go down to the Size option. I'll click and drag to scrub the size up. I'd like it to be a little larger. Let's set it to a size right around 250. Now if we go down to the offset setting and scrub on the X parameter, notice we could animate how this element moves side to side or up and down, but honestly I want this to undulate. So I'll just press Ctrl Z on Windows or Command Z on the Mac to undo, and for the evolution I'll just click and drag, and as I'm dragging to the right, notice the background is undulating, which is exactly what I want. Now this first number here is a full rotation of evolution. So let's make sure both of those are set at 0 and click the stopwatch to set our first keyframe for the evolution. Press End on your keyboard to move the current time indicator to the end of the timeline, and then set the first evolution setting to 2 and press Enter when you're finished. Go ahead and press the space bar to preview the animation. If you look in the info panel, you'll notice it's not playing back in real time, but that's fine. I'm getting a good idea as to what this looks like. Once all the frames are cached, it should get pretty close to real-time playback again. Now I like how this looks, but notice when the current time indicator gets to the end of the timeline, there's a major jump in our background. I'll press the space bar to stop playback and open up my evolution options. In order to eliminate the jump, just enable Cycle Evolution. Now, when you press the spacebar to load up a preview, wait until the current time indicator gets to the end, and notice when it goes back to the beginning, it's nice and seamless. Now let's stop playback here for a second because I want to blend this into the background. The fastest way to start blending this is to change the blend mode. So go down to the bottom area of the timeline and toggle your switches and modes until you get into the modes, and let's click on the mode drop-down for Layer 2 where it says Normal. I'm going to choose Add, which means black pixels will become transparent and lighter pixels will vibrantly blend with the layers below. Now this is still a little bright for me, so I'll click on Layer 2 and press T to open the opacity settings, and I'll just set this down to a setting of around 40. Now if we press the spacebar to play back, you can see we've integrated nice flowing high energy graphics into the background. And it's a bonus because they're seamless and loopable.